Hello and welcome. I'm DB Velocity and this is the Dave Smith Instruments Tempest. As you likely know, it was in collaboration with Roger Linn, and if you didn't know, the news finally broke out this last week, as some have expected for some time, that the Tempest will no longer be produced. So I decided to make this isolation session all about the Tempest. I'll begin by giving some thoughts about this device, and of course I'll have timestamps in the description. As with many products, there are fans of the machine and there are the haters. I for one am a fan of most DSI sequential stuff, and I remember longing for the Tempest for years and always feeling that it was a bit high priced and just out of reach for me. I finally got this unit secondhand and I was brimming with anticipation as it was a birthday gift for myself almost 2 years ago now. And I was instantly struck with a dilemma when it arrived. The headphone jack was destroyed internally. I opened it up to find the problem, took photos, and contacted the support team at Sequential. And to my surprise, it was a flat fee of $25 to fix. So that plus shipping was pretty affordable, and I immediately sent it off. Sequential had a quick turnaround for me, and when I got it back, I was excited as ever. But I slowly began to notice a couple of things I didn't really like. One, the onboard compression was not satisfactory for me. It really seems to bring up the noise floor at times on this beast, and I have since left it out of the equation. Now, the other things that I never got on with much was the MIDI implementation and the playlist sequencing. So my internal hype was dulled down, and the expectation was met with reality. Now, I could probably spend more time on these aspects and learn to utilize them more, but I'll admit that I sometimes just want to jam out ideas and have fun with a machine, rather than fully utilize all details. This leads me to a point that I want to make. I don't use all of my gear for every song, and likewise I don't use every feature in a synth for every patch. It would be overkill and crazy to do so. As time goes on, I learn more about the instrument and become more fluid with its features, so I decided to stick with it. Now, to address the mindset of those who are not fans. There are people who simply complain about the sound, and to them I say, cool, go find your sound. I won't argue about how you can sculpt sounds on this or process externally, because you clearly want a sound that this machine doesn't provide, or you want immediacy, so go ahead and find it and put it in your sampler or whatever. Now, to those who wanted more out of the machine, such as loading user samples. So you can always find reasons that something can be better if it only did X. In my opinion, this is a major wall that prevents you from being creative and just making music with the tools at hand. Further, it's a wall that you put around yourself, that you can tear down at any time and decide to say, sure, it doesn't do this, but look at what it does do. I can create patterns and sculpt analog drum sounds and then recall them on the fly while it's playing. That goes way further than other drum machines. Due to the fact that it's analog, the sounds can warp and evolve beyond that of even the classic analog ones. And these features go on, and you begin to see that the things that it does do totally outshines many other products. Now, not any one product can do everything for everyone at all times. So, while I have a couple of gripes, they are very minor compared to all the things I love about it. So, there's my main stance on the Tempest. It may not be perfect, but it perfectly recalls my analog drum patches, and the patterns are so easy to record. Then I simply select the patterns in a performative manner and use the ribbon strips and mutes and all the controls to give my patterns extra life, all while being slaved to MIDI clock, which by the way is quite solid. I expect there may be small hiccups with products, but I never let that stop me from pushing forward and finding the strengths in everything. It's only when a product doesn't provide enough unique strength or plain doesn't work that I pull it from the rig. I may not use it all the time, but I do love having it available in my arsenal, and I look forward to what Sequential does in the future and hope to add more of their products to my rig, because I am definitely a gear junkie. Okay, testimony over. Let's move on to the layout I have today. Of course, there are many videos of this beast playing solo, but I'll add my spin at it because I do enjoy making these videos and talking about all things gear related. I set up a new project and pulled a lot of sounds, mostly presets, and then I spent time shaping them a little bit. You know, these are jumping off points. And getting to the core structure set, I then copied a few patterns to make variants and get my bass line and synth elements structured. So now it's just a matter of playing an arrangement which I have a rough idea of going in, but I leave it to the moment of performance to finalize the song that is carved out. So here it is. Okay, so I am using the Dreadbox Hypnosis to process externally. I'm just adding a very subtle amount of the spring reverb and the delay. I believe it's just the classic digital delay mode that I'm in right now, but it's very, very low in the mix. It's just to kind of add some extra space along with the reverb. Alright. Thanks for checking it out. Hope to see you next time. Bye.